Welcome back to the Productivity Podcast, where I give you a daily productivity tip so you can get the most out of your time, your talent, and your ideas. I'm your host, Brandon White. Here we go. Picture this. You're preparing for a big Zoom meeting to present a new project to your whole division. You log in early to make sure everything is working. Then you notice your heart rate picking up. You're starting to sweat, and negative thoughts begin creeping in. Maybe this new project isn't a good idea. What if I can't answer a question the boss asks? Last time I didn't have an answer and looked bad. You clearly aren't cut out to lead this project. Maybe this isn't a good idea. How can I bail? Then you catch yourself, and the positivity person shines through. This project is going to make our company so much money, and the boss already heard about it. The team is prepared to answer any question, and you got this. This is intrapersonal communication, not to be confused with interpersonal communication that happens between you and another person or group of people. There are many other names for this same concept: self-talk, inner speech, the voice in your head, or your internal monologue. They're all the same thing. Intrapersonal communication mostly occurs internally as the voice in your head, but it can also be voiced out loud by talking to yourself or rehearsing out loud, or even via writing by note-taking or journaling. While you experience your inner voice in different ways, it's the way you use your inner voice that determines how it impacts your personal and professional life. And while it might seem like you can't control how you talk to yourself because your self-talk feels like a reactionary and involuntary thing, if you treat it as a skill that it is, you can leverage it to greatly improve your performance and mental and physical well-being. Let's quickly look at a research study that supports the idea of investing some time developing the positive self-talk skill, and then we'll give you 3 exercises that you can start doing right after you finish this episode that will improve your self-talk. And there's a free download cheat sheet for you. The link is in the show notes. A study in the Journal of Psychology of Sport and Exercise titled Mechanisms Underlying the Self-Talk Performance Relationship: The Effects of Motivational Self-Talk on Self-Confidence and Anxiety showed that self-talk can enhance your self-confidence, reduce cognitive anxiety, and improve your performance, especially during stressful, high-stakes moments like big meetings. Here's 3 exercises you can put to work right after finishing this episode. Number 1, the triple column technique. Developed by Dr. David Burns, the triple column technique helps identify and diffuse your negative self-talk. You can use the template I put together for you. The link is in the show notes. It's free. Or make your own template by taking a sheet of paper and folding it into thirds to make 3 columns. In the first column, write down the things you notice you're saying to yourself. Next, read over your self-talk statements for cognitive distortions like these and label what you're doing in the second column. The all or nothing thinking. I made a mistake, so I must be incompetent doing XYZ. The overgeneralization. I suck at things. The mental filters you put into place. For example, letting that one negative Nancy's criticism crowd out a whole load of positive feedback you got. The magnifying negatives. I'm the worst XYZ ever. How did I ever get this job? The minimizing positives. Sure, the project went okay, but I've done a similar thing before. The mind reading technique. I know she doesn't like me because of XYZ. The compare and despair. He or she is so much smarter than I am. The fortune teller. I'll never get this right. Or self-labeling. I'm so dumb, incompetent, clumsy, etc. Now, use the third column to rewrite your self-talk using a rational, neutral view of the situation without self-criticism. For example, I screwed up that entire meeting would become, some things could have gone better, but I did a lot of things right in that meeting today. Consciously say the new version to yourself and notice the change in how you feel. The second exercise, practice affirmations. The key to affirmations is that you can't just say them. You need to feel them. You need to see yourself in that positive state doing it right and then recognize how good it feels. And use your name when you say them. Don't use I or you. use your name. There's research that shows it makes a big difference in how this works. Here are some examples. Your name produces great work and has fun in the process. Your name deserves to feel happy throughout his or her work days. Your name always gives their best and accomplishes his or her goal. People love when your name is around. You can use these as templates, or to come up with others, think of what you want the outcomes to be or what you want people to say to you. If you wait for others to say it, it might never come. Say it to yourself and watch what happens. And the third exercise, check in with yourself. For example, right now, how are you feeling? Is your neck tight? Are your face muscles tight, or are they relaxed? Are you clenching your jaw, or is it relaxed? Take a deep breath from your belly and breathe in real slow, and then breathe that breath out. See how powerful that simple check-in is? When you notice uncomfortable emotions arising, don't just ignore them. Instead, name them. For example, say, I'm nervous about giving this presentation, but that's a normal feeling. Your name is going to do great. Or, I'm mad at what my coworker said about me today. Research has found that labeling emotions like this decreases activity in the brain's emotional centers, calming down the fear-based part of your brain. That, in turn, allows the frontal lobe, the thinking and reasoning center, to have a say. So you feel more balanced, more in control, and able to respond. This is also called tame it to name it. Look, it's going to take a little work to change how you talk to yourself. But by treating this as a challenge and taking small steps each day, you will master your intrapersonal communication skills, improve the way you think and feel, and walk into every situation knowing that you got this. Your move. Hey, thanks so much for listening to the show. Please make sure to click the follow button on your podcast app so you never miss a new episode of the show. And of course, it's free. And don't forget to sign up for my free newsletter at BrandonCWhite.com. We'll see you in the next episode.